Hello, everyone. Rachel Jensen, broker owner of Luna Realty Belize. As you guessed it, in the beautiful country of Belize, we are going to be discussing with you the top 3 condos located on the north side of the island that are available for ownership right now under 400,000. We are currently in the height of busy season right now. We have many investors, people who are looking to relocate to Belize, coming here to the island to do their due diligence. And these properties that I'm going to show you here are the 3 top properties that we get requests to see quite a bit. So I want to share these with you. So first and foremost, welcome to Ambergris Caye. Ambergris Caye is the tourism hotspot for the entire country of Belize. This little island here on the north part of the screen, the top right part of the screen here, produces 2/3 of the tourism revenue for the entire country. 2/3 of the tourism revenue is generated here from this little island of Ambergris Caye. There's good reason for it. As you can see here on the screen, the reef parallels the country of Belize, and it almost touches, actually, there is a point on Ambergris Caye where the reef does touch the island here, but it has been a very popular destination for snorkeling, fishing, diving. Even if you're not necessarily a water bug, we're finding more and more people are coming to Belize for our vacation. And then, of course, at the end of the day, they decide this is where they want to hang their hat and call home. So a little bit more about the island. Population wise is about 50,000 depending on the season. The primary town is San Pedro, and as we just mentioned, it is known for many water sports because the reef's proximity to Ambergris Caye. So you're going to be seeing a lot of snorkeling, diving, fishing, kayaking, paddle boarding. Also, that turquoise seas that you typically expect when you think Caribbean is right off the coast of Belize. There is a fairly big expat population here, and it also tends to be a very popular touristic destination, as we discussed, with 2/3 of the tourism revenue being generated from this island. When you're here in person, make sure you do snorkel Holchan and Shark Ray Alley. This is one of the best dive sites in the entire world. A lot of marine life there, and not just diving, but for snorkeling as well. And then there's also what they call a What the Food Tour. And this is a great way to try many of the local restaurants that you may not have noticed as you're just walking or driving down the street, but serve some of the best food here on the island. So make sure you give that a shot. But honing in a little bit more on Ambergris, the island is about 26 miles long, and the town is primarily centered around San Pedro. The island is primarily centered around San Pedro town. This is where the island started growing from, and then, of course, as you would expect, continued growing in a northward and southward direction. So when we look at the map here, there really are 2 segments of Ambergris Caye. There's North Ambergris Caye, which is just over the bridge. You can see the bridge right over here indicated by the green hexagon. And then there's South Ambergris Caye, which is south of San Pedro town. And then, of course, San Pedro town there in the middle. Now, we're going to talk specifically about the north opportunities going up to that Secret Beach cutoff, and then at Secret Beach. The reason I'm honing in on this area over here is this tends to be the most popular area that people are looking at. They want to be close enough to town, but they don't necessarily want to be in the heart of everything. So we're going to take a look at 3 opportunities, prime opportunities on the market today within this very popular spot. Now, the south side of the island is a very beautiful, quiet residential area. You tend to find more of the schools, all of the schools really, at this point on the south part of the island between neighborhoods like Escalante, DFC, San Pablo. You'll tend to find the schools over here if you can follow my cursor. And then as you continue down the coast, you tend to have more residential single family homes, only a couple of condo projects over here. But as you can see when you're looking at the map, the north side is where you have a majority of the mass, the island mass. And so that's where the development is progressing, in that northward direction. So this going northward is where we tend to see properties that have higher appreciation as well, because that's where the progress is going. Utilities, by the way, go from the bridge. So electricity specifically goes from the bridge up here to about Tranquility Bay. So electricity runs along the coast. Newtown area is around mile 8 to mile 10. There's electricity within Newtown as well. That's happened over the last couple of years. And then, of course, there's the ever popular Secret Beach area here on the west side of the island, which is also, I would say, in a world of its own, north, west, and then also the south. So the west is a very different part of the island. There you have the shallow turquoise waters. This part of the island is completely off-grid, so no public electricity, no public water. And then the south side, depending where you are, you do also have electricity going to the southern part of the island, but water does stop at a certain point as well. And then also going north of the bridge, everyone north of the bridge is going to be on their own water system. But that just is a very quick overview, north versus south. Let's jump into the three opportunities. So number one is going to be Anglers Cove. It's located 2 miles north of the bridge. When I give references to distance, it is going to be north of the bridge. So again, that green hexagon, once you go north of the bridge, they were considered north of Ambergris Caye. So all of these mile markers are in reference to once you go north of the bridge. So we're going to be looking at Anglers Cove, we're going to be looking at Las Terrazas, and also Turquoise Seas. So Anglers Cove Townhouse, this home was just recently reduced. I think it's probably one of the best units on the market. It's a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,800 square feet, multiple verandas and balconies. You do look right over the lagoon, so you have beautiful views of the water from the living room. Also upstairs from the master bedroom, you have really nice views. And this property here specifically, it's only 6 units in total, but they do have amenities on site, as you can see here, including the pool. There is also a carport under each of the townhomes, so you can have covered parking for your golf cart. And there is also a dock on the back side of the townhomes. So if you have a boat, or having storage or docking for a boat is really important to you, you can keep your boat here. There are not many properties that have boat parking, so this is something that is really important, or really critical if having a boat is important to you. So as we mentioned, there's a pool and barbecue area over here. HOA is fairly low at $350 a month, but do note with Anglers Cove, nightly rentals are not permitted. This is really specifically more for somebody who wants to spend time here. We tend to see that this 6-unit community has a lot of snowbirds coming down over the winter months. We also see that there's one homeowner here who long-term rents out his property. So you are able to do long-term rentals, but you cannot do nightly rentals here. Personally, I think it's a great way to build the community within the development. So that way you don't have people coming in and out all the time. It makes it a little bit quieter and has more of that residential focus to it. But this unit specifically, it is a corner unit, 2 beautiful verandas overlooking the lagoon and also the sunset. And it's located in a prime area, about 2 miles north of town. It's located across the street from Clearwater. Clearwater is a very high-end luxury development that is under construction. The first tower there is completed. They're working on the second tower. But I mentioned this because we're starting to see a lot of money come into the area and a lot of new high-end luxury construction in this neighborhood. So again, only 6 units in total, and this one was recently reduced to $395. Please note that all of the pricing in here is in US dollars. So this is all in US dollars. So as you see numbers here on the screen, just please don't try to cut them in half to put them in Belize. Now, also, if you are interested in any of these properties, please email us. You see the email address there at the top part of the screen, info@lunarealtybelize.com, info@lunarealtybelize.com. We'll get you in touch with the listing agent for them to be able to share more information about you. There's, of course, listing links, walkthrough videos of all of these properties that we're showing you, so you'll be able to see a little bit more about them. Again, this is the townhome located 2 miles north, 2-bed, 2.5 bath for 1,800 square feet. Do note that there is no financing, no seller financing on this one, but it is held in a Belize corporation, and the seller is willing to transfer shares of that corporation should you decide that you want that easy transfer. All right, option number 2 is Las Terrazas. So Las Terrazas is a luxury resort located about 3.5 miles north. This specific unit, condo 133, it's located on the ground floor. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,705 square feet. And this property here does incredible for rentals. So with Las Terrazas, you can be part of their in-house rental management, and they take care of everything for you. Absolutely everything, from taking the booking to making sure your unit is clean, to making sure the guest gets to the property. It is a world-class operation. They started operating in 2009. So you're able to see that they have experience in this field here. In addition to this specific owner, they would consider seller financing. They haven't set any specific terms or parameters around that, but they would consider seller financing. Right now, they are cash flow positive. They have been cash flow positive for 2024. Those numbers are available upon request. Please just email us there, info@lunarealtybelize.com, info@lunarealtybelize.com, and we can get those details over to you. But again, 3-bedroom, 2-bath within the Las Terrazas community. Within Las Terrazas, and you can see it a bit from the aerial. This is the property over here. This is the community dock. They have one of the cleanest beaches on the Caribbean. They have the sargassum machine, so they're able to clean up any residue or seaweed that comes in here to the beach. And as a result of it being such a prime and pristine beach, they tend to have a lot of events here. So you tend to see weddings, a lot of weddings here, a lot of even corporate retreats and other events like that. This is part of the Preferred Hotels group. So that is also another segue into how they're getting a lot of their rentals. But on site, they have a really beautiful infinity pool. They have a restaurant here on site. This is the concierge check-in Palapa. And then, of course, they have outdoor seating and lounging here along the Caribbean. There's also a volleyball court every now and again, a volleyball net rather, every now and again that you're able to go and play volleyball. So these are the condos over here, and this condo is located right over here. It's a partial sea view, so from the living room, you do get a view of the Caribbean, but I think the best part about it is that you're able just to walk right out and you can be there at the Caribbean in 30 seconds, or you can be at the pool in 30 seconds. So again, ground floor, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, going for $399, and that seller would consider seller financing. If this one is of interest to you, please reach out to us, info@lunarealtybelize.com. All right, for the third option over here, this has been one of my favorite projects to see come to life. This is Turquoise Seas. These are completely off-grid condos. In total, there are 6 condos in the entire building. 4 remain available for ownership right now on the first floor and also on the second floor. So I think it's kind of the European way, right? So there's the ground floor, first floor, second floor, but the ground floor is actually where we have the utility room. So that's where the utility rooms are. There'll be owner lockers in there to owner storage. And then this is where the washer dryers will be. But the first floor studios on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, this is where the larger 1-bedroom, 1.5 baths are. And these are larger 1-bed, 1.5 baths, so about 1,100 square feet in total. But the views when you're looking out to the water are just incredible. When you think about the Caribbean waters, when you think about the turquoise waters that you get down here in Central America, this is it. I mean, I've loved seeing how all of this has really come to life and how the developer has been moving forward with this project. But I think for me, one of the most interesting parts about this property is that it is completely off-grid. So it'll be run by solar. They will have a backup generator. There are cisterns as well for rainwater catchment. But I did want to mention the HOA fees because sometimes people do ask me about them and say, oh, they're a little high for a 1-bedroom. Yes, they are a little high for a 1-bedroom, but please do remember that it technically includes your electricity and your water. So because you are on solar, solar is going to be something that's maintained by the HOA. Maintenance comes from the HOA. So you'll never have that electricity bill again. You'll never have that water bill again because it is going to be coming essentially from the HOA for maintenance. So, and just as a frame of reference for an 1,100 square foot property, an electricity bill per month could be anywhere from $250 to $400 US per month. So I think with that being included, and then the amenities also, there'll be the pool, yoga platform. There's a really beautiful dock in front of the property where you're able to just lounge, read a book. We had a tour this morning and the lady Alice was like, I can just picture reading a book right over here. And it's exactly that, calm. It's quiet over there. You're only about, I'd say 1/2 mile, 3/4 of a mile from all the beach bars and restaurants, should you decide that you want to go venture there. I know that's a hot spot here on the island, the in-water dining, which is just something really fun and unique. But then you can retreat back to your quiet paradise here. So this is a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath, about 1,100 square feet for $399. Do note that there is a studio next door right over here for $299. So if maybe $399 was cutting it a little bit close, there is a studio option there for $299, which also does have a full kitchen, but it is more economical as well, but just also with these really incredible views. So just as a recap, option number 1, Anglers Cove Townhome, $395. This was just reduced. Number 2 is Las Terrazas ground floor condo. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, and then a brand new condo, 1-bed, 1.5 bath. There at Secret Beach, looking over that beautiful, pristine water. If you would like any more information, please do reach out to our team, info@lunarealtybelize.com. info@lunarealtybelize.com is the best way to get a hold of us, and our team will be in touch. We'll make sure you're connected up to the listing agent so they can share all of the great details with you, and hopefully we'll see you here in paradise. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to meeting you in person. Bye-bye.